So if you want to get yourself a BMW motorcycle, a big BMW motorcycle, and you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, your most accessible option is the BMW F900R. Today we're going to find out what's good, what's bad, and what is it exactly that you get for your money. First thing first, the F900R is actually quite compact despite it having a muscular look. Our test unit came with these saddlebags, which along with some other things on the motorcycles are all accessories, so keep that in mind. And the story of the F900R being compact continues when you're on the bike as well, because once you're on it, it really does not feel like a motorcycle that's knocking on the door of the liter class segment. It feels compact. The only thing that feels rather comparatively large are these large tank shrouds, but other than that, it's a compact motorcycle. In terms of comfort, you can put both of your feet firmly onto the ground like I am. For reference, I'm 5'10". The handlebar, you only have to reach out to it slightly, but the foot pegs, they're comfortable, but they are a bit higher up for my preference. So me being 5'10", can find this motorcycle a little bit compact at times, so I wouldn't really recommend it for tall people. A special mention of also just how comfortable the F900R is in terms of ergonomics. The seats are comfortable and the motorcycle holds you firmly in place no matter how hard you are riding. And yes, you can actually have a pillion rider on the motorcycle with ease as well. Also, the motorcycle is not painfully loud and instead has a subdued exhaust note, something which I quite liked. Now the question of where your money is really going into this motorcycle, as per me at least, is the fact that this is a BMW at the end of the day. So they have done some really good things here and there, small little things that make the motorcycle feel premium and feel much more valuable than what you might see it as from afar. A short story to give you a reference, when I was testing this bike, there was another 1200cc performance-oriented street-naked motorcycle that costed twice the F900R's price. That was black too, this is black too, and the paint quality on this is better. And the build quality and all the other things in terms of pure quality, your touch points, your feeling, everything is, if not better than that bike, at par at that bike. So that is the level of craftsmanship that you get with a BMW. And it doesn't stop there either. The F900R comes with this massive all-digital instrument cluster which has a great visibility, UI design, and the quality of colors or graphics or animations, everything is top-notch. This makes it not only the best in its segment, but also one of the best on any bike, any price tag in the world. But moving on, let's talk about the riding experience. The F900R comes with an 895cc inline 2-cylinder engine which is water-cooled and makes a chunky 105 horsepower at 8,500 RPM and 92 Nm of torque, which peaks at 6,500 RPM. And this should give you an idea that this BMW is all about that smooth mid-range. And while yes, the motorcycle behaves like a big, fast motorcycle at that point in the RPM band, however, the motorcycle will just make you want to cruise and take it slow. Slot it in a higher gear and you can lug around the engine with no resistance from the bike at all. And this makes for a very calm riding experience which, given how refined this engine is, makes for a very pleasant ride. The gearbox isn't so good though, and finding neutrals can be rather tricky. At least that was the case on our test bike. Once up to speed though, the gearbox was decent. In terms of ride quality, the suspension and chassis setup makes the BMW pliant through even bad patches of roads. And while it is not a very agile motorcycle, like the new Ducati Monster for example, it will still hold on to its line with confidence when you show it some nice roads. And topping it all off, the brakes have good bite and feedback too. All in all, the F900R came across as one of the smoothest, no drama motorcycle in its segment, and that is something that a lot of people will appreciate. So to sum it all up, the F900R gives you value in ways that you don't really see it on paper. How the motorcycle has been put together, the touch points, the brake feedback, how the suspension has been set up, all these little things
really add up at the end of the day and make this motorcycle feel a lot better package than what you would see it as when you compare it on paper. So much so that I, being not a touring person and a track person, I would actually love to take this motorcycle out for a ride and ride it for 8-10 hours in a day. That is how good this motorcycle is. So my recommendation would be, don't judge it on paper, take it out for a rest ride and you will see what I'm talking about.